good evening, or good morning, Professor, or good afternoon. I am doing my speech on capital punishment. Let's get started. Capital punishment, the ultimate punishment to criminals, it is death. We have come a long way from when it is first originated, which was in the 18th century BC in the Code of King Hammurabi of Babylon, which codified the death penalty of 25 different crimes. The death penalty was also part of the 14th century BC's Hittite Code and the 17th century's BC Draconian Code of Athens, which made death the only punishment for all crimes. And in the 5th century BC's Roman law of the 12 tablets, death sentences were carried out by such means as crucifixion, drowning, beating to death, burning alive, and impalement. Also, Britain influenced America's use of death penalty more than any other country. When European settlers came to the New World, they brought the practice of capital punishment. The first recorded execution in the new colonies was that of Captain George Kendall in the Jamestown colony of Virginia in 1608. Kendall was executed for being a spy for Spain. In 1612, Virginia Governor Sir Thomas Dale enacted the divine, moral, and martial laws which provided the death penalty for even minor offenses such as stealing grapes, killing chickens, and trading with Indians, according to the early history of the death penalty. There has always been specific heinous crimes that anyone logically would agree that the death penalty was deservable. Recently, a man associated with the drug cartel was prosecuted in San Antonio, Texas, for heinously dismembering a 6-year-old girl while her parents were made to watch. This is an act of pure evil. Someone like this does not deserve to be on this planet. Life is something that should be cherished, not taken for granted. And anyone that would use their time on this earth to kill a 6-year-old child in such a horrific way definitely has a history of other heinous crimes. This type of person has no values in life, nor a moral code that should be abided by anyone. I think it would best fit a punishment of death for an individual like that. If they were to be free, they could easily do that again or even be in jail, where they can orchestrate more crimes. The cartel is extremely connected and has money. It would be nothing for a member to live a well-taken care of life in prison and still be affiliated with the gang and drugs. Meanwhile, the victim's parents have to live knowing that the person still is on the planet making moves. If this person was to no longer exist, I'm sure emotionally the parents would have some relief. Nothing could take away the pain of the child being murdered, but a sense of relief that the man who killed their daughter no longer exists and will never kill again. Charles Stimson, the Chief of Staff and Senior Legal Fellow of the Heritage Foundation, said, "The first general deterrence is the message that gets sent to the people who are thinking about committing heinous crimes and that they should do it or else they might end up being sentenced to death. The second specific deterrence is specific to the defendant. It simply means that the person who is subjected to the death penalty won't be alive to kill other people. The third penological goal, retribution, is an expression of society's right to make a moral judgment by imposing a punishment on a wrongdoer befitting the crime he has committed. 29 states and the people's representatives in Congress have spoken loudly. The death penalty should be available for the worst of the worst. One of the biggest concerns with the death penalty would be, how would you know for sure that a person did it? It would be a terrible thing for a person to face death and be innocent. Now we have DNA testing, and it is over 99% effective. And even if DNA testing and such other scientific methods didn't exist, the trial and appeals process is so thorough, it's next to impossible to convict an innocent person. Remember, a jury of 12 members must unanimously decide there's not even a reasonable doubt the person is guilty. The number of innocent people that might somehow be convicted is no greater than the number of innocent victims of the murderers who are set free. Quoted by Messer Lee. I do think that capital punishment is something that should be supported and enforced. I do not think it should be an easy process to grant someone that sentence, but it is necessary for people who commit such heinous crimes. You would not want that person living next to you or having them capable of doing that again. Knowledge is power. Capital punishment should not be a black and white thing. I honestly believe that is in a gray area. People who do such heinous crimes that fit out of a black and white category definitely deserve something that matches their actions. People should understand if you do such things in such extremes that there will be extreme consequences. I'm glad that you are listening. Thank you for listening. You have a great night, day, morning, whatever it is. Thank you.